Joseph Crudup Show. Welcome to our show. Is over. And did his best. 1,000 refugees in Afghanistan. All over after 20 years. Somebody once the U.S. troops did their job. The Taliban has been celebrated. And it's very, they are happy. Americans and the refugees inside, they didn't know in the plane and got them out of the country. And thank God there's nothing you could, what and how. So it is what it is. So now fighting ends war with heartbreak. And 9/11 attack just 2 weeks shy of 20 years ago. Then President that why this conflict was begun. The hour for the long war in Afghanistan. But the way it ended, it was decent. Now, Afghans, allies, were politics and security tumors, equipment left behind. Now, there's a lot of heartbreak out. U.S. Central Command and Commander General Luis Martinez at Monday's press brief to announce the removal of all U.S. and its end comes in lives lost, money waste and costs to the Americans in standing in the war. Biden, whose leadership has war politics allies as he manages and states that have been at times Hollywood familiar. So this is embarrassing moment. But it is what it is for everybody, for the comments out there. Just don't know. You just don't know. And I don't know what to say, but I really don't blame Joe Biden for doing this. I really don't blame Joe Biden because he is a good president. To end the war in Afghanistan and this is all now. But man, him, it's for real. All refugees, applicants, and Afghans and Afghan airlines and the U.S. out. It is what it is, and sometimes you have to live with it. We all know that the U.S. war anyway. People who are going to say that, wow, I can't believe in the morning for those Republicans are going to be shocked. They are going to be shocked. That's up. Everything's up. So our thoughts and prayers God in his job. And now here's what we're just talking about now. Here it is. President Joe Biden spoke to the nation today at the end of the war in Afghanistan. They fought withdrawals in Kabul a day after the last American military planes left the country, concluding the U.S. longest war nearly 20 years after it began. My fellow Americans, the war in Afghanistan is now over. Biden said at the White House. I'm the fourth president who has faced the issue.
A great true crime mystery unpeels itself.
I'm the fourth president who has faced the issue. I was running for president. I made a commitment to the American people that I would end this war. Today, I honor that commitment. Biden, in defending a decision that has drawn security for its executive execution. So now, let's take a look what he said, and what he said. It really shocks you or not. Here's what he said:
100 to 200 Americans remain in Afghanistan, with some intention to leave. Most of those who remain are dual citizens, long-time residents, early decided to stay because of their family roots in Afghanistan. The bottom line, 90% of Afghanistan who wanted to leave were able to leave. And for those remaining Americans, there is no deadline. We remain committed to get them out if they want to come out. Secretary of State Blinken is leading the continuous safe passage for any American, Afghan partner, or foreign national who wants to leave Afghanistan. In fact, the United Nations Security Council passed a resolution that sent a clear message about the international community expects the Taliban to deliver forward, notably freedom of travel, freedom to leave. And together, we are joined by over 100 countries that are determined to make sure the Taliban upholds those commitments.
So that's what he said. That's what he said. This is what he said. He says 100 countries.
A great true crime mystery.
To flee the Taliban by congressional courts will broadcast around the world. More the of a nearby hotel. 13 service members were killed in a terrorist attack last week outside the airport's gates, and more than 170 other people dying in a suicide blast. On Sunday, American forces carried out a deadly defense strike targeting a suspect ISIS-K suicide bomber who posed an imminent threat to the airport. Still, in his speech to mark the end of the war, Biden penned the withdrawal as an extraordinary success. The president contended that the U.S. military was prepared, and I mean was prepared, to deal with all those events, even though he himself has admitted that the U.S. was caught off guard by the quick collapse of the Afghan army. And this is what everybody has said for this, and just not all of the discontent. And it was the dangerous situation to do. And when Joe Biden, if you Joe Biden, you have to do this. If you Joe Biden, you have to do this. That's what he's saying. And that is what it is. It is just like this, and it's a scary part. Do not happen. They have to get. He says they come out there and get all those U.S. and there's so many U.S. Americans left in Afghanistan for real. And the whole stuff, it may happen for sooner or later in the future. What will happen? What will continue? How it's going to continue, and how this going to stop? Well, the Taliban is in charge now. So there's no doubt about it for sure. Now, here's what this now. Biden's message to the remaining Americans in Afghanistan. We all know about this for real. We all know about it for sure. But I can tell you right now, in this in this whole town outside the U.S. So we have to go to this again with Joe Biden.
That about 100 to 200 Americans remain in Afghanistan to leave. Most of those who remain are dual citizens, long-time residents, because of their family roots in Afghanistan. The bottom line, 90%, there is no deadline.
It said that Biden believes. Now let's go over this again.
Is leading the continued diplomatic efforts to ensure safe passage for any American Afghan to leave Afghanistan. In fact, just yesterday, the United Nations Security Council passed a resolution moving forward, notably freedom of travel.
Over 100 and 200 million. So what? They want to get Americans out. They want a lot of stuff's going on. The war on terror since have been collapsed after World Trade Center, and then where I was at, then others came, and then we got out, and then CBS News, Fox News, what's going on? And for Sean Hannity, man, he keeps running his damn mouth. Oh, what's going to happen? War is now over, and everybody, 200 Americans left behind. But anyway, it is what it is, and I can tell you this: the war is now over in Afghanistan. Here's why it's on CNN. So anyway, but I pray for Joe Biden, and I pray for the refugees and the U.S. and America for sure. They want to get okay.